Hello and welcome to another episode of Tribunal Degree, where we talk about all things Power Rangers, including the actors that play them. My name is Brandon.
My name is Lena.
And I'm Will.
And today I'm not gonna say it's gonna be short because it may be short. I don't know, but it may be short. I don't know. But we're gonna be talking about some little topics. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be talking about episode 20. Was it 21 or 22? 22. 22. Yes. 22 of the Christmas episode of Power Rangers Dino Fury. You know what? I'm so used to saying 21 because normally all the episodes end on 20. But and then we have the holiday episode. But for some strange reason, this time around, they are like, you know what? We are going to give all of y'all 21 episodes. Ooh. So we're going to be talking about episode 22 of Dino Fury, the little Christmas episode. Mm-hmm. And we also going to be talking about some tea. We're going to be talking about David Yost here. We're going to be talking about David Yost. I bet y'all were like, oh, what y'all going to be saying about David Yost, honey? What y'all going to be saying? No, actually, we're talking about Quantum Continuum, his new project that he's trying to put out for Power Rangers. So we're going to be talking about that. But first, before we get into that, I just want to remind everybody that we are on Apple Podcasts, we are on Google Podcasts, we are on Spotify, we are on SoundCloud, we are on YouTube, we are everywhere. Everywhere where you listen to podcasts, we are there. So
we got you covered.
We got you covered. We do. We got you covered. So if you want to listen, you are more than glad to listen to us in those places. And we are more than welcome to make you laugh and probably make you mad because we probably gonna say some stuff that's gonna make you mad. But,
I mean, we hope we don't make you too mad that you don't come back.
I'm just saying. Yeah. We hope that we don't want you to make it too mad.
You can always just send us a DM if you really are that mad. Let us know your thoughts. we can communicate through this, Okay,
we can have a conversation. We can talk about it. We really can because we love actually conversing with y'all because it's fun. So yeah, without further ado, so we're gonna go ahead and get right into it, right? So I know I literally just mentioned David Yost, right? So of course, for those of you who act like y'all don't know, let's not do this. We all know who David Yost is.
I'm sorry, David Yost again?
Oh, how dare you? Oh my God.
No, there's going to be someone in the comments going to be like, who's David Yost?
Who's David Yost?
What does he do,
What show was
Power
he
Rangers?
What season was he on? If y'all don't get out of here, shoot. But for those of you who don't know and y'all really think that his name is actually Billy, his real name is David Yost. Right.
From the 1993 seasons and upwards.
I thought you were about to say the 2019. I'm about to say, girl, what?
I'm so used to saying 2017 for the movie series.
Oh,
whenever we talk about, Billy Cranston of both, I'm like, oh yeah, 2017 Billy Cranston or 1993. So I'm so used to saying 2017 because it's been, that they've been doing great big things. Okay, so
oh yes. Listen, unless David became black. True. Hey now.
He could. Michael Jackson became white, so anything.
Wow. Now.
A better example would have been that that European lady who's white. And then she did something to her skin, and now she like my complexion. No, she like your complexion.
Yeah, she's like my complexion.
Wait, what, lady? You gotta send me this link. I need to see this.
Yeah, she did something to her skin, and she got bigger breasts and everything. She really wanted to become a black woman. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's freakishly weird.
I would have picked her, but I did not know who she was until just now. Okay, like that is. I don't know how I feel about that. Ooh, it's kind of like Ollie London becoming Korean.
I mean, see,
he literally is like, I identify as they, them, Korean, and Jimin. I'm like, I didn't realize Jimin was a whole ass race. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Well, shit. All right. Do you, boo?
I know. I do not agree with
this. Like, no.
no.
Don't do you. Don't do you.
Don't. I'm sorry. Becoming a whole different race is just not right. That's just my opinion of it. I know people are gonna be like, what do you mean? No.
I'm with you. Just know that I'm with you. But no, yes. David Yost played William Billy Cranston in Mighty Morphin pilot all the way through Zeo, and where he basically went off to Aquator to be with Sestra and all that good stuff. I'm like, now why they had to make that boy go and be with an alien? Like, he couldn't find another smart girl on Earth, but they had him go be with an alien. Like, dang, like nobody else understands him but an alien. Like, come on, like that's dirty. Like, y'all ain't do anything like that. But we know what happened behind the scenes, right? We know what happened. But for anybody who don't know, there's a whole NPS interview on it, so you can easily just go right on to YouTube, bing, bam, boom. Type in David Yost interview. You can go ahead and watch that and get your life and learn all the information that you need to know about what we're talking about. But anyway, but we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We are actually talking about the project that he has been talking about for the past couple of days. What project are you talking about, Brennan? What project are you talking about? I am talking about Quantum Continuum. So he has been pushing this project since the 25th anniversary of Power Rangers. So he's been trying to get that out for a while now. And basically, he puts it as like a love letter to fans, basically saying that he wants to basically give us a story on where they are now, whether they're married, have kids and all that stuff. And basically a threat comes and they have to don the powers of the Power Rangers again and fight one more time. Basically kind of like what are we doing now kind of a story. And yeah, that's basically what he wants to do. And he's been trying to push that since, like I said, since the 25th anniversary. And at first he says at first the Bond brands did not want it. And now he's trying to push it with Hasbro, and he's even trying to get Amy Jo Johnson, his bestie, his homie, you know what I'm saying, to be the director. Now, you know what? No, thoughts. What y'all think?
Okay.
Good.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this, and I know I've said this to you guys earlier before we started, and I know you guys might not agree with me, but I'm truly done with all this fan fiction films and storylines and alternate universe and trying to bring back something that is no longer a thing for them. You know, I'm just saying. Just saying.
I don't have any problems with it. I like the idea of, just the fact that the originals actually would like to do one last hurrah, and the fact that
what you mean the original, like who, like everybody except for Tweet?
Yes.
Not this. Yes.
Yes. The fact that they actually want to do it, the fact that they're writing it and directing it, I think that's there'd be more care to it. Because they're so invested in it.
I have a question.
In this,
do you think they'll bring Jason David Frank back with them?
Of course.
Well, he's one of the originals, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, but how are they going to convince Austin and him to be in the same place?
If it's money on the line, I think that they would, put their differences aside.
You think?
We'd hope. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, yes. I
no, there's been money on the line. Remember, Jason David Frank signed a whole contract being like, no other rangers can come here except unless I okay it. That's money. That's conventions paying the money.
That's a convention. Like this, we're talking about a show. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. I think I honestly do believe in my heart of hearts. I do believe that if this is something like that, I don't think that he would back up. I don't think he would. I personally think that would it be a situation where it's like you do your thing and I do my thing and we just, we play it off for the camera and then once these cameras are off, you get away from me kind of a situation? Absolutely.
Yes. That's what they did when they worked together originally.
Okay, like it'll just be that. That'll be exactly what it's gonna be. It'll be like, okay, we're gonna play buddy in front of this camera. Like, yes, God, honey, we are friends. We are the best of friends. And then once them cameras are off, all right, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. And then just move on. Like, I really think that's what would happen.
And another thing, I would think that this, if it does get the backing from Hasbro, if he's able to convince them to do it, this wouldn't be like a fan fiction. This would actually be legitimate.
Yes. Yes.
So I mean, it's like, Twee's not here, unfortunately, but we have 5 of the original 6 still here. They're still able-bodied. Why not? This will be like the last time that they could do that, probably. So why not? I'm here for it.
Listen, it'll be like the order.
Shit.
No, that was no shade. That was no shade. I promise you, that was no shade. That really wasn't, because the order really was an action movie.
I would have been fine if it was something like the order, because the order was pretty darn cool.
Right, there was no shade behind that, and you thought I was being shady.
No, if you want shade, maybe the White Dragon, maybe.
I wasn't going to bring that up. I wasn't going to even bring that up.
Or what was Michael?
We're going to bring it up.
Or what Michael Coupon's fan film that basically never got released either. Whatever happened to that? I'm just saying, there's a lot of fanfics out there that just never really got anywhere, but yet people were like, doing Kickstarters for it, and people actually put money into it. I mean, listen, I just want to know what happened to all that money.
Listen.
I know, like, Karen came on and told us what happened, so I can appreciate that. Like, yeah, it sucks. Everything was lost, but at least we knew where it went.
Right. And well, here's the thing. Well, in that regard, when it comes to, because we've kind of touched on this before, but in the regard of just fan fictions in general, especially when it's done by the actors, it's one of those touchy things where it's like so many fans have been burned by it. I do appreciate the fact that David was like, you know what? Like, I'm trying to get this approved through the big people, through like Hasbro, through Saban, through these people. I can appreciate that, because at least he's trying to make it like an official thing, like a real thing.
I agree.
It's like, okay, yes, you're right. Like, like I feel that. But when it's something that like is done where it's like you need Kickstarters and you need the money from the fans, here's my thing, and honestly. And this is not me being shady. This is not me trying to be funny or rude or anything to these people, because we're all artists. Like, seriously, like, we're all creatives. We're all artists. Here's my take on it. It's like when someone, now with Karen's position in the situation that she was in, it was really messed up how SAG just came down with the mighty hand and was like, no, You know what I'm saying? Like, that was fucked up. That was really messed up. Because we could have been had the order a long time ago. We could have been had it. But that was completely out of her control, like completely. So I can understand how, with her in her personal situation, how that was like, that wasn't too much her fault. But when it comes down to some of these other projects, like it's like, especially when they're very closely tied to Power Rangers, where it's like a little side thing on its own and all this stuff. And here's my thing. And once again, I promise y'all, I'm not trying to be shady when I say this. It's like, at the end of the day, I appreciate what y'all doing because y'all still trying to give your fans what they want as far as like being, donning that suit again and, being a badass and all this stuff like you used to be. Listen, I hear that. I really do. I'm here. I hear it. And sometimes I'm somewhat here for it, especially when it's done right. But it does, to me, put a very bad taste in people's mouth when not only is sometimes it's not done well, but also when it doesn't get done, and all of a sudden people done spent thousands and thousands of dollars supporting your little Kickstarter, and it's like, oh, well, we don't get this money back. So, or we don't know where this money goes, or we don't know what happens there. There's no product, there's no nothing. And it's like, oh, so we're not getting anything, because we've seen so many Power Rangers fan films out there just, being like, oh yeah, we're gonna get this done and we're gonna get this. Like, we've seen them all. Like, we've seen a whole lot of them. Like, listen, I don't know whether y'all even remember this one, but there was one where they were trying to recreate the original Power Rangers, and it was like a military organization somehow found the Mighty Morphin powers. It was going to try to turn these people into it's like a soldier and like other people in the Power Rangers, because like the lead was the Blue Ranger and she was a female.
MMPR.
Yeah, yes, that's it. The MMPR one. Yeah, like it was that one. That was one of the first ones I remember, because I followed that heavy. Because I remember we saw the process, like legit saw the process of them creating the suit, behind the scenes stuff. And, they were putting out all this stuff, and they were just like asking for money and, oh, we need money for this, we need money for that. And, all this stuff. And I even became friends, actually really good friends, with the guy who was going to play the Black Ranger. Because he's a stunt guy. He's an actual real stunt man. Like right now, like he's like a legit stunt man. Because he's done stunts for Luke Cage. Like he was actually Luke Cage.
Wow.
Yeah, like he was in Luke Cage, and I think he also did stunts for the actor himself. So, and he was also in Black Panther. So, dude is like a real legit stunt man now. So I'm like, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, he was supposed to be Zach. And he actually, when everything went down, he even came out and was like, yeah, like it was kind of looking kind of weird because nothing was happening, but there was money, but there was nothing happening. So I can understand the hesitant attitude and the idea behind people being like, I really don't want to see this anymore. We've seen so many times people being like, oh yeah, we're going to try to do this, we're going to try to do that. And it either doesn't work out, we don't see any finished product, or it's just not good. It's just not good. And Lena brought up Legend of the White Dragon. Listen, I want everybody to be great. I really do. Do I foresee it being anything all that wonderful? I mean, you got some great people in there. Like, I mean, you got Diggle from Arrow, which I was like, baby, what you doing?
That was a surprise.
That thing, when I tell you, that was like, like just knocked the whole air out my body. Like, I'm like, oh God, like Diggle, what are you doing? So surprise, surprise, we got some heavy hitters up in this. So it's like, okay, cool. Am I excited for it? Not really. But at the end of the day, it's a thing.
It's a thing, and I don't understand how they even got these great, amazing actors and actresses, because at the end of the day, I just feel like, are you really going to use them to the full benefit, or are you just using them to sort of get the hype up? And then not give us a product that we were hoping to see. Because what if like the dude from Black Arrow is only in it for like 2.5 seconds. He has like one line. Bye. Because like
I hear okay.
Honestly,
I see where you're coming from. I see you.
Think about it. How do they really afford him? Like, I'm being so serious. Maybe he might be doing us a favor. Fine. That's fine. People do things as favor all the time, right? I get that. But when you really think about it, how are you, like, all these people willing to do favors? Come on.
Right. I'm assuming he knows JDF from the convention circuit, so that could be how they hooked up.
Well, but here's the thing though, and listen, I don't know much about people's contracts, what they do behind the scenes, whatever. Listen, I don't know. And I'm not trying to talk like I know, because I don't. But I also know that now there are times where sometimes as a SAG actor, you can do non-union work. Mm-hmm. But there's a whole lot of SAG actors in this movie. And I didn't think that JDF, I don't know if JDF is SAG or not. I don't know. Maybe he is. He probably is SAG by now. I mean, I would hope he is. As far as I'm concerned, I didn't know that his daughter was SAG. Because I didn't, what work has she done?
She's literally done nothing.
That's what I'm wondering.
How does it work? Can you like apply for a SAG card, or do you have to have work first?
You have to have work.
You need to have work first.
You need to have work. At least that's what I know of.
Yeah,
you need to have done work.
Like when I did background work, I was not part of the union. They told me I had to work X amount of hours in order to even apply for it. And obviously, when I did background work, I only did it for fun. I did not care. I was like, I'm just here to like have a good time. Like seriously, like if y'all know me, I love film, media. I love like obviously movies and stuff like that. So I was really here just for a good time. But yeah, they did tell me that in order for me to become SAG, I have to have a certain amount of hours that I've worked and then apply. So it's not even like I get it. I have to apply. They have to review my profile or my portfolio and then consider it. And then as SAG, you are then given one or two lines that you can audition for. So like a waitress line or like a bartender line. So it's not even like as a SAG, you automatically get work.
Right.
You just get better pay. You're obviously unionized and you get better food from the cart. It's okay. I always stole the good food anyway. I always stole the good food, okay? Like nobody was watching and they don't even check, okay?
They don't.
When they did check, I just gave them random number and they fell for it. I don't know how I made up these ones. But anyway, yes, you can't just lie.
But no, dead ass though. And like the thing is, like, man, I'm gonna be completely 100 with you. I'm SAG eligible. I ain't about to drop no three G's though. Like, I'm sorry, like it's not gonna happen. Because baby, but I'm SAG eligible, and I know with my track what I had to do. I also did background work, but also at the same time, like I also was in a SAG film, and I also had lines, which automatically qualified me to become SAG eligible. But now that literally means that I can't just do, like I can do non-union stuff, but I just can't keep doing SAG stuff because after a while, they're going to be like, knock, 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 where our 3Gs at? You know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, where our money? Because you doing a whole lot of SAG work and you ain't SAG, so where our money at? And when you become SAG, literally, you have to like mind the projects you do, because if unless they have a waiver or unless you have a waiver where you have permission to do this, you just can't just hop on somebody's non-union project, because they will come down with the mighty hand of hell being like, what you think you're doing? Fine. You know what I'm saying? And you getting fined left and right. So my thing is, I'm just like, or there's going to be some kind of punishment, you know, where they're being like, yo, you can't do this. So that's what I'm wondering. It's like, okay, so are like, what's going on? Like, did they get waivers for this? Listen, and that's none of my business. Like, do what y'all gonna do. But those are just the questions that I have. It's just like, y'all getting there's a whole lot of mix of just random people. And I'm just like, hey, if y'all got waivers and all this stuff, that's wonderful. I'm happy. You know, I'm happy for y'all. But I'm just sitting here like, dang, like, there's a whole lot of like people here. Like, there's like, man, like big people. And it's like, oh, okay, this is cute. Is it, like I said, once again, it doesn't entice me to watch it? No. But like, I'm just happy that, you know, if they want to be a part of it and they really, you know, are excited for it, then so be it. Like, be excited. Like, and for those of you who are excited for it, be excited. Like, listen, we are not here to try to take away your fun. Like, I promise you, we're not. We are not here for that. And I say the same thing for Quantum Continuum. We're not here to make anybody feel bad for being excited about it or anything like that. I guess for me, when it comes to the Quantum Continuum with David Yost, for me, I'm in a mix between, I'm between both of y'all, because I do feel like it would be a beautiful love letter to the fans. I do think that if it's done correctly and it's done right, it could be an amazing thing. Now, also, let's be very clear. We don't know the ins and outs of this. We don't know what's going to happen. Honestly, what I'm going to tell you right now, what I do not want to see. I do not want to see no random situation of Tommy and Kimberly popping back up and being like, well, you know, I still was thinking about you, right? So yeah, I was thinking about you too. And I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. If they just look at each other in passing and being like, I acknowledge your presence. Yes. All right, keep pushing, keep moving. Because like, we already know, canon-wise, Tommy is with Catherine. End of story. Like, I don't need Tommy being no, well, you know, it broke my heart when you gave me that Dear John letter. No, we don't need that. I don't need it. I don't need it personally. I don't need it, and I don't care. But that's just me. That's just me. But yeah, like, I think it'll be a good thing for the fans to finally get that 25th, not 25th, but get that big anniversary that they've always wanted, which was to have the original OGs back to, you know, fight, and instead of having suit actors come in and just be like, and you hear terrible New Zealand voice actors, you know, saying kias, you know. So yes, people want better, and we deserve better. However, I also do understand Lena's sentiment, where it's like, at the same time, it's MNPR. It's MNPR. It's like, we gotta at some point, it's like, after we get what we want, right? Say we do get what we want, and we do get, and I want to ask you guys this question, and the people get this Quantum Continuum, and you know, we get it produced, we get it done, Hasbro's all behind it, they're like, yeah, we get it. Who's not to say this thing gonna keep going? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I personally just don't feel like it's gonna stop there. I don't think it's gonna stop there. And the thing is, and that's what bothers me. That's what bothers me, because it just feels like this never-ending pinwheel of MNPR. And it's like, if this thing does does very well, it's like it's just gonna this thing's just gonna keep going. And it's just gonna keep going. And it's gonna keep going. It's just gonna keep going. And I'm just like, I personally am just tired of MMPR. Many people already know MMPR is not my favorite season anyway. So me personally, and I'm just speaking only on behalf of myself, but I personally am just tired. Honestly, I'm just tired of just getting MMPR shoved in my face over and over and over and over. Like that's it for me. But what do y'all think? Like, what do y'all think would happen if that, was a thing?
I thought that actually I think that this has the best potential to be a success because it would be focused on the actual original cast. You just put it into my head of if it is really successful, that it going forward. That's a real I never thought of that. I mean, I guess it all depends on what the actors want to do, because I would assume that the intention is to just for it to be a one and done. But if it makes money, who knows?
I'm with you. I'm over MMPR.
Girl. That's my only thing. I promise you. Like, that for me is the thing that just literally just makes me go, I'm just at a place where I'm just like, MMPR is just not, like, there's so many iterations of Power Rangers. Like, there are literally like 28 seasons. Well, technically there's less than that, but of course when you add supers, but literally 20 some odd seasons and suits and variations and deviants and universes of Power Rangers. And it just seems like we just sit right here. Like, we just stay right there. And it's like, I would love to see a Zeo. Can we actually get a Zeo movie? Like, can we actually get a Zeo movie? Like, because, hey, listen, okay. Because, I mean, we were promised the Zeo movie. What was it? Race to the Volcano? You know what I'm saying? That was supposed to be Zeo. And then, of course, that became the Turbo movie. But, like, we were promised a Zeo movie. Where's my Zeo movie at? You know what I'm saying? We was promised, they promised us didn't they say a Power Rangers in Space movie? Where's our space movie? Like, listen, I want all the things. I want everything else other than MMPR. Like, because I'm just at a point where I'm just like, MMPR just, I hear y'all. And I know that MMPR is like bread and butter. It is the cream of the crop for some people. But for me, and for many others that I know of, we're just tired. Like, we're tired of it. We're tired. And we want better. We want more. And we, can we get a better show as of currently? And I mean, Dino Fury is doing all the things. They're doing well. They are doing well. Not to say that Dino Fury is not doing well. It is. But can we get... We just don't need it to be a situation where we get one good season and then everything else is bad.
Which is what we've gotten.
And that's what we've gotten. Because, I mean, quiet as because Dino Charge. I'm looking at you. So it's like, because, and let me touch on that for a second, because I have some words on that, because I was thinking about this earlier today. In lieu of Dino Charge, and this is what I don't understand with Saban brands when they first brought the show back. So originally, it is it is said that they felt as if RPM was too dark. It was too much for the people. And they wanted to bring back the fun. We all heard it, right? We all heard that stupid ass comment from them, right? Being like, we want to bring back the fun. And they brought it back with Samurai, right? Not to mention that they started out with episode 3 because Quiet as It's Kept, I really do believe nobody cannot tell me that this is not what happened. I really feel like they really thought that episode 1 and 2 were terrible. And they were like, let's go to the very first best episode we got. Episode 3. Yes, let's air that first. I don't care what nobody says. I promise you, I bet that's exactly what happened. But anyway, because episode 3 actually was the better episode. So episode 1 and 2 were terrible. But anyway, we got Samurai. Samurai really didn't do that well. Like, it did well promotion-wise because Savon Brands promoted the living hell out of it. So, yes, it got a lot of traction. It got a lot of views. It got a lot of good ratings because they promoted it like crazy. But the show itself was not good. Megaforce, same thing. Of course, ratings started to drop, especially when Super Megaforce came. Ratings started to drop. Then they figured, you know what? I'm pretty sure they were like, well, let's do something a little bit more serious. Not serious, but a little more, give a little more story, give a little more flavor. And came Dino Charge. You give us good story, good everything. But then you turn around and you revert back and give us Ninja Steel, which was pretty much on par with Samurai and Megaforce. Why would you revert backwards? And I just feel like it's just this ebb and flow of just not knowing what you want to do with your property, which honestly, I can see why it took David Yost so long to get this thing approved. They don't know what they want to do. They legit don't know what they want for this franchise. I really feel like they don't know. Because the thing is, we had a very clear understanding of where this show was going, especially around the RPM dates. Because the show itself already was, don't get me wrong, Disney failed Power Rangers, especially around Jungle Fury and RPM. Disney failed that show. Well, hell, they started failing it around Mystic Force. But anyway, Disney failed Power Rangers in terms of promoting it, actually putting it in, making it a thing. They failed it. So my thing is, it's like, you bring it back and this is what you do. So hopefully maybe David Yost can get it approved. I don't know. Maybe he can, but that's just my little 2 cents. That's my rant. That's my thought. But hopefully he can. And I hope that, honestly, if we do get it, and if it is a thing, I just want the show to actually the movie to be, or whatever the special is, or whether it's a hour special, whatever. I'm just hoping that it's actually good. And not saying that, he's going to do a bad job, but I'm just hoping that it's good in terms of giving people what they've actually been wanting, because I do kind of feel like a lot of us have been let down a lot in recent years. And it's just like promises after promises. And I'm getting really tired of your broken promises.
Get to the point.
But Like we've gotten a lot of broken promises, and you know, it's just time for them to deliver. It's time to be delivered. Be delivered, okay? Speaking of being delivered, so you got a little piece of a little Christmas special. So we got Javi, right? Javi is finally, we got a Javi episode. Finally.
Do y'all notice that he also got some highlights? Like, I'm like, yo.
Somebody in his hair?
Boy, yeah, this boy, or tips, what are they called? Like frosted tips? Like, I don't know.
Frosted tips, yeah.
Okay. Like, all I got to say is they keep making this boy look cuter than he needs to be and more attractive than he needs to be. Like, are they trying to sell Power Rangers are they trying to use sex to sell Power Rangers? Like, what is happening here?
Yeah, acting like that's something new.
Huh?
Girl, since 1993.
Yeah.
Well, true.
That's nothing new.
True. Honestly, I just keep forgetting because the reason why I keep forgetting is because you know how when Hasbro brought it back, they're all like, we need to make it fun. So I just keep thinking of how goofy and like not mature the whole thing is, you know? Mm-hmm. So sorry. You're right.
Girl, they've been trying to pimp. Girl, please. That boy, first of all, let me tell you something. Javi already found him. I mean, he already found him. And this episode right here, I'm like, with this little beanie, I'm like, boy, you better go somewhere.
Right?
Stop playing with me.
Right?
Child. First of all, I don't care what nobody say. Winter wear just looks good on people. I just love winter wear on people. Like, I just love it.
It depends, because like I didn't really like Amelia's outfit. I felt like they overdressed her.
Girl, first of all, Amelia had on these pants that is around her neck. I'm like, can y'all pull them down?
Right?
Pull them down.
And the hat and the oversized scarf. Like, what the heck is she wearing?
What are you?
I'm sorry, but you look at her face. I felt like she was hot. Like, I seen her face. I'm like, I feel hot for you. Like, how hot is that set? I don't even know. But you look hot.
Oh, child, it was awful. It was like, awful.
Okay, can I give an overview? I did not like this episode.
Ooh.
I did not like this episode at all. It did not hold my attention.
Well, tell us how you really feel. Go ahead.
And the storytelling part of it really
was it not given?
No.
Was it not given?
No, it was not. It really was not. Like, it was not. No. And I really don't like how they keep making Ion look. I don't know the word for it is, but I just didn't really like the lines they gave him.
I think okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
I know what you're saying.
I did not like that at all. It rubbed me wrong. It truly did, because I was just kind of like the one black, like, okay, not the one black guy, but you know, like, you're giving this line to a black dude. Come on.
I actually thought the line, because he didn't know who Santa was, and he thought that it was Secret Sander.
Right?
So he said the human. That's why the human at the hardware store looked at me like that. I actually love. Okay,
that was a good line. I'm not talking about that. I was talking about like all the reflection of his episode, you know, and then every time they brought it up, he's like, "Oh yeah, like you can open presents." It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Why try to make him sound so desperate, like and sad, like and. I don't know. It's just I
thought it was because he's not from Earth and it's his first Christmas and he's excited about it.
The girl said desperate and sad.
He did seem desperate and sad. Okay, I understand that this is his first Christmas, but like I felt like those lines would have been fine had they not been in a crisis. Like, you know how they're trying to obviously save the friend and like
Okay. Like,
okay,
I got you.
You know, like
this is this isn't the first time that he hasn't had the best mindset in a serious situation, because we saw that a few episodes ago. Okay. All right, that's fair.
And then for him to have those lines when they were said just really looked desperate and sad, and like it just made it, I just didn't like that, like I was just like, really though, like those lines would have been fine had had they were like at the beginning of the episode where they just found out that, oh no, the comps are down, right? Like and he's like, oh Christ, yes, the present. Okay, fine, let's get this over with so we can like get to our presents. Like that, I would have been fine with that a little bit, but not right in the middle when they're in the middle of a sword battle and he's like, but what about the presents?
Yeah, I knew exactly what you was talking about as soon as you said it, because I had that same reaction.
Like, what do you mean? What? So
like, I really?
Yeah, like, okay, him about the Santa, okay, that was actually funny. I like that, right? But it's just like, I just felt like they gave him the lines where he was meant to say them at the wrong timing. And even like when Harvey was talking about like, I know the episode where he really liked ice cream, he's like, he took full advantage of that. And it's like you make him seem cheap now. Like, what? I don't know. It's just everything that was mentioned and about him or that he said at the wrong time, it just belittled his character further. And I'm like, okay, like that's not cool. Like I didn't like that. That's just me. I didn't like that. I just didn't like how he's like, yeah, he took full advantage of that. Like they could have been like, like it's like a buffet bar. Like, oh, he took full advantage of that. Like,
like, dang, you make it sound like he ain't getting no food at home.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Like this mug always hungry.
Right. So it's just, I just didn't like that. Had he been like, yeah, like he really liked ice cream. Like when he saved the ice cream truck, he was thrilled when he was offered that, that free ice cream for life, like something like that, like something that like upbring his character, but obviously show his excitement as well, that seemed like, oh yeah, he obviously, like, I mean, who wouldn't want free ice cream for life? Like that's exciting, but just the way it was said, when it was said, and obviously his reaction to the whole thing, which just was just like, he just didn't care. He was like, I don't care. I'm just here for the ice cream. I don't care if you die. Like, I'm just here for the presents. Like that was, again, that was just me, but I did not like that. I don't know. So I just felt like his character should have been given more, or at least like we talked about in a more like, he's a great addition to our team kind of attitude versus, yeah, he's cheap, depressed and sad, desperate and sad. Sorry, not depressed, desperate. And then of course, like, and then, okay, did you all caught in the end when Amelia gave Ollie his gift and she was like, and she gave him like a nudge and she stared deeply into his eyes? I'm like, no, they're setting it up.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah. And of all episodes to do that,
right?
This one.
And it like, but anyways, that was my overall like I didn't like it. And give Ion more. He deserves more. Okay? Like that boy.
I didn't love it either. It's just I stay away from the Christmas episodes anyway. I'll say I appreciated the fact that it at least, was in chronological order, and it was still a part of like the story that's being told. But I do think, I've always thought that it was weird that they would have the Christmas episode at the very end, just as far as the storytelling goes. But like there were like some cool moments here and there, but it's just this is silly to say about a kid show, but it was too kiddie.
Okay. Question. Now we've all seen all of the Christmas episodes and all of that. Do you think it was as bad as the previous ones, or is it better than the previous ones?
Well, like I said, I purposely have not watched them.
I felt like it was better.
The only one that I saw was the one with Oh my God. What was it? Dino Charge. The brothers. Um, goodness. I forgot their names. Coda and Preston?
Preston.
But they weren't
Yeah,
brothers.
they had a
Preston.
Christmas episode where they teamed up, right?
Yeah.
I think
Talking
that
about
was the
with
last
Peter
one
and
I
Yoshi.
saw.
Girl,
Mhm.
child, you talking about let me not say that. But because I was actually about to say something very mean. But no, you're talking about the Ninja Steel one. Oh my God, you saw the Ninja Steel one.
Yeah.
You didn't even see the.
I think I might have seen the Dino Charge one.
I thought you saw the Beast Morphers one.
I did?
Yeah, I thought you did.
If we reviewed it, I guess I did. It left in my brain.
I mean, child, listen. I wouldn't blame you if you did. You know, I wouldn't blame you because it wasn't all that eventful. But because all they did was they just got trapped in some ornaments, which that was fucking weird. But anyway, but yeah, this one, I mean, I'm not gonna hold you. I was not that impressed with this one either. I wasn't. I really wasn't. I did like the idea of the gift giving and Hobby learning the lesson of being like, oh, you know, it's all about, you know, giving from the heart and not just buying a present, but actually giving something that's meaningful. I did like that little lesson. That was cute. I was like, that's actually really sweet. And I'm not even gonna hold you. I did laugh when he popped up with them gloves, and they were like, "You know, she has claws, right?" I'm like, bro,
Right?
come on, man.
I did thought that was cute. I was like, and the funny thing is, like, I was like, where did the heck do you even get those gloves? There's no tags on it. They're not even attached. They're not even in a present box. Like, where did you even get these?
Child,
Did he
I'm gonna tell you,
I'm like shoplifted them.
girl. Not he shoplifted. Listen, I bet you 9 times out of 10, I know exactly what he did. He bought them things through the tags and the receipt in the trash because he just knew he did it right and got all the way there and realized she got claws and now he looking stupid and he can't get his money back. So now he just got a bunch of gloves that he probably can't even fit.
Oh my God. That reminds me of the time. Okay. So this actually happened to me like a couple days ago. I was showing a friend a photo of mine, right? And I didn't realize I had the tag on it. And this friend happens to be a Black person too. He's like, "Oh, you're just Black at heart." I'm like, "What?"
Not Black at heart.
I was like, "What?" And then funny enough, the same night I had a dream and this friend was in it, right? And we were on a mission somewhere. Obviously, I don't remember the details, but we were on a mission somewhere. And then I obviously told this friend the next day that I had a dream and they were in it. We're on a mission. No idea where. Tell me how this friend goes and says, yeah, I know what mission we're on, to bring back that dress with the tag on it still.
Damn.
I am crying laughing. But yeah, sorry, that just reminded me of that little story.
Girl, I can't. But no, like there was some parts in this episode that that were actually pretty good. Like that were actually kind of fun. That I was like, oh yes, I enjoyed it. And then there were parts that, like Lena, I did kind of scowl at that one part where he's like, yeah, I can't wait to go back and open up those presents. And everyone's like, what? And he's like, oh, well, yeah, and defeat the monster. And it's like, oh God, here we go. So yes, I did kind of like roll my eyes at that a little bit. But I mean, there were some things, but the main thing that I guess for me overall was that I really just did not enjoy was the pacing. The pacing for me was just so bad. Like it was, oh God, it was just it was all over the place. Like, they were just like, we are going to footage this thing up. Like, and it's funny because they actually call attention to it. And I actually kind of thought that was clever when Zato was like, time to summon the Zords again. And I'm just like,
I love his password. His password kills me.
Oh, that was funny. That was funny.
I was like, cool. Zato's cool. I'm like, really? They couldn't think, like, I don't know. And I'm surprised no one actually made a comment. I was waiting for, like, that would have been perfect, too. Right? That would have been a perfect time for someone to be like, or Ion to be like, what? It's not
right,
like, or something, like something that would have been a perfect time for Ion to say something stupid. That would have been, great to his character. But no one made a comment about how Zato's cool's password. Come on.
Listen, I'm with you because I wanted the same thing, to be honest. Like, I would have loved to seen, like, see him make a comment, or like somebody to make a comment about this password, because like he just keeps saying it, but nobody is saying anything about it. Like, nobody has said anything about this comment yet. And I'm just like, okay, so when is somebody going to recognize this comment that this thing is terrible? Like, it's awful. But hey, nobody says anything about it. I'm like, okay, whatever. I guess we just gonna just act like, Zato is cool, and Zato is cool. And we're just gonna just mosey right along, just move right along. But yeah, I thought that was actually pretty funny, where he was just like, time to summon the Zords again. Like, because I mean, it was, like I said, it was all over the place.
I was in hell because I don't like Megazord battles. So the fact that we got two, I will say I did like. I hate those Zords. I just hate how clunky they are. They just look dumb. But I did like that somersault kick that it did. That was like the coolest thing. And then that was
like the best part.
Yeah.
That was like the best part of the fight, was a little somersault kick. Because honestly, like, that wasn't the best part. But to me, it's just, I don't know. I personally was just like, I'm like you. I don't like Zord fights. So to have two of them back to back is just like, okay, y'all. Like, this is a bit much. Like, this is a bit much. I wasn't a fan. I was not a fan of the recurring fight scene, the recurring Megazord fights over and over and over. Now the gag is, and what I actually thought that was pretty interesting about this episode was that Santa. Now here's the tea. Here's the thing about Santa, right? So Santa was about to give some random ass motherfucker his book.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm just saying, I thought that was a little suspect to begin with. And I thought that Santa was going to be the bad guy. I ain't going to even hold you. I thought Santa was evil, because I'm just sitting here like, why are you giving this random ass boy your book? Like, am I tripping? But that doesn't make sense to me. But he just came over like, hey, here you go. I'm like,
I didn't know, or I guess I didn't figure that they were going to actually have that guy be the real Santa. I remember when he was talking to Javi about the gifts. Javi asked him what was a good gift to give someone. And then when he's talking about traveling around the world and stuff, I'm like, wait a minute, this is a real Santa? And then we found out later it was. That's interesting that he would just be in their town taking pictures. That was interesting.
I actually thought he was going to be the bad guy too, the way he was answering Javi. I was like, I feel like he's up to something, right? And then he was all like, I can buy you something. So I thought he was going to draw him something that was like a bomb or something that he was going to take back to base. No.
Why would you even have something like that? I mean, I guess it would. it would help to make cool presents. I don't know, but why do you even have that?
Why are you just out here just showing it to everybody?
Right.
Like what?
Well, go ahead.
No, what I was wondering too is like, I didn't realize that Santa like actually exists in the realm of power and just like that. I thought it would have been more like, yo, Santa's real? Like, like something along those lines. Because this is 2021, right? So like they've been very up to date with everything. So I thought they would have done something along the lines of like, ooh, like Santa's real. Like I didn't know that, like, or he runs into a guy that he thought was like fake Santa, but realizes a real. I don't know. I just didn't think that was a real Santa.
Oh no, like Santa's very real in this world because like
we've seen him before.
Yeah, he comes like, back over and over, yeah.
Right, but again, this is a different season, right? So you figure that like they would change things up a little bit. I don't know.
Girl,
I was gonna ask. I didn't see what actually happened to the magic sketchbook. What happened to it?
I think it was destroyed. It was destroyed, even though Santa was like,
because he said at the end, "I'm gonna go back to making toys the old way."
Yeah, it was destroyed and then Santa was like, "Well, the most important thing is that the bad guys didn't get my book." And I'm like, "But they did though." So what are you talking about?
But because I remember like Slither, he made a copy of himself, a giant copy of himself, and then that was the last time we saw the book. But we didn't actually see the book get destroyed.
Well, I mean, apparently, I guess it did when he made that big version of himself.
How? What?
Maybe because all the power went into making him, or I mean, Power's just not going to do this, or that book comes back into play later on in season 2.
Or it just got destroyed.
That's what I was
thinking.
Supposed
to expect that it got destroyed. I don't know. I don't know.
How are you going to introduce something like that and not even show what happened to it?
I mean, you have a good point. I know what you're saying because like when I watched it too, I'm like, oh, like, so are you implying that it got destroyed because the giant slider is basically the book, or like what is that?
Right, and that's what I'm thinking.
They didn't elaborate, and that's actually a pretty cool plot thingy to have where you could just draw.
No, guys. What if the book is still alive and that's how they bring Void Knight back?
That'd be interesting. You know what? I actually thought that too when I watched it. That would be interesting.
Like, I don't know. I mean, I hear what you're saying.
But Void Knight ain't dead though.
Well, I mean, we already know that.
I don't.
Or maybe that they were able to find where he is based using the book. I don't know. I mean, it is Mucus, right? And the other two, it's two to do dumb and two to dumber. Like, I'm sure I can do something stupid that's gonna trigger the whole thing, and then things are gonna happen, and then it works out well in their favor because then they get their leader back or whatever. Who knows? Or exactly what Brennan says, it could actually very well be destroyed and it wasn't properly explained.
Because I'm gonna be 100 with you. I really honestly believe it is one of them situations where we're gonna hit this throwback. Well, there's a logical explanation for it, and we never get it. Stupid Mega Force reference. But anyway, I personally think that that's probably what happened. Like it was just, they were like, you know what? We're not gonna explain it. We just know that he drew in the book, Big Slither came. Then Santa's like, well, my book is no longer here, but thank goodness the bad guys didn't get it. And that's it. Like, I am convinced. I just think that the book was destroyed when they destroyed Big Slither. I think that that's what happened. Now, we didn't see it, but hey, I just think that that's what happened. Because, at this point, I'm just like, because we didn't see Slither go off with it and be like, I still have the book. Like we didn't see we didn't see that, or we didn't see anything happen to it. So, and then, like I said, Santa was like, it's going. So I'm just going to take it as that. Santa's just going. Like, not Santa, the book is going. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like that whole plot thing of, like I said, with Santa just coming up to Javi and being like, hey, you want my book? You know, like, it's just, it was weird. And it's like, I'm sorry. And then also, too, it's like, he automatically just knew Javi was the Black Ranger. Mm-hmm. Which I feel like that's why he was going to give him the book, because he already knew that he was a Power Ranger. But I'm just like, even then, it's like, how did Javi know you was just some random ass mall Santa?
That's what I'm saying. Not even that, but he had like a direct link to Zato's like comms.
Yes, girl, yes.
That's why I was like, what do you mean? Like, I'm so confused. Like, that's why I was confused as to how Santa exists in this realm. I was like genuinely confused because I'm like, there was no explanation how he exists in this. Like, I know he's real. Obviously, because in all those seasons of Power Rangers, Santa's a real thing, right? But like previous season, they'd be like, yo, Santa, we're the Power Rangers. And Santa's like, ho, 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 I know. I've been watching you guys like a creeper. But anyways. You know? But like, I'm just saying, like,
I've been watching you guys from my sleigh. Like, come on, man.
You know, I'm just saying, like, in the past, there's like a logical explanation that like Santa does know who they are, because obviously he watches all the little children. Okay, that sounds even worse. He watches little children and girls around the world. Like, okay, there's Santa. That's really gross.
Santa is like, have you been naughty or not?
Okay, Santa, like, you need to stop. Like, this is called grooming and child molesting. No, thank you. But I think we just ruined it for everybody. Sorry.
Oh God!
But anyhow,
I got tears.
My tummy hurts now. Ow. But my point is that there was no introduction for him to Santa and the Rangers to Santa. It's just like they all just knew this is the dude. They knew to trust this dude.
Exactly. And that is, I'm with you. Because that is the same sentiment I had. It was just like, so y'all just knew to trust this random ass dude? Like, how do you know him? How do you know to trust him?
I mean, I guess they knew that he was really Santa.
But how?
I still.
Stop. No,
I don't think
you don't have a
stop. No,
stop. You don't walk up to a random white guy and go, "Oh, you must be Santa." Ho ho ho.
I don't know. I'm this.
Find some random white man with a beard who's fat and be like, "Hey, you're Santa." Like, no, we don't do that. What? No.
And I'm not gonna lie, he did look like a regular white dude. Like, until Javi was like, "Oh, hey, what should we get, Santa?" I was like, "Wait, that's Santa?"
Okay, walk up to the dude who be talking about something. If you're living with diabetes, because he looks like Santa. Now you walk up to him. God. Are you Santa? No. Like, no. I'm just like, no, man. No, absolutely not. No, right? No. Like that whole opening scene, I was just like, it was cute all the way during the time with Izzy, and she was making fun of him. And she was just like, you still ain't got your gift yet. First of all, I'm like, Hoppy, you're trash because you had weeks. Almost like how long she said? Like several weeks.
It was like several months because
months. Right.
3 months. 3 months.
Yeah, because Ollie kept reminding them.
3 months.
3 months. 3 whole months. She said several months. Okay, my homegirl said months.
And you still ain't got this. Now, baby. Now I know I'm a Sagittarius and I love doing stuff at last minute. But goddamn, I ain't that bad.
Like months,
that's terrible.
And not even just that, but I'm one of those people, if someone keeps constantly like reminding me that I need to do something, just to shut them up, I would just do it.
I would just do it. I'd be
like, hey, fuck, okay, done. Dude, okay, leave me alone now, please.
Leave me alone. I'm done.
Ollie had a schedule, remember? Amelia said Ollie had a schedule. He was reminding you every couple of weeks. I don't remember how long. I just remember thinking I was exhausted by the time she was done explaining. I went, whoa, if that was me, that shit would have been done like day one. 3 months
First of all, I'm gonna tell you right now, let's be very clear. First of all, I just want to know what in the hell if Ali had this schedule and he's been reminding them, hey, do this. What was he doing? Was he just reading the group chat messages and being like,
no,
I'm ignoring them.
He left them on red, Brennan. He left them on red.
Okay, he is leaving these messages on red, baby. He is like, listen, I don't have time. Listen, I hate group chat messages.
No, he's like,
I'm not reading them.
No, not even just that, Brennan. He's looking for that missing key of his from his keyboard.
Now you know that's a damn shame. That baby ain't even went to go get his missing key.
That's really what he was doing.
Listen, now you got a whole job, and yet you ain't got no key for your keyboard, and yet somebody who ain't even got a job. You got 2 Rangers who ain't even got a job, and they were able to get child. Stop playing in my face.
I'm telling you, like, and he was able to get his hair frosted, tipped it. What is it called again?
Okay.
So I'm just saying, like, he was able to get his hair done. He was able to, like, all I'm saying is he was able to do all the things. Okay.
But yet this baby couldn't even get no gifts.
Nope.
Couldn't even get, and he only had to do one. He only had to do one.
Yep.
You only had to do one gift.
One. Just one.
And you couldn't even do that. Child. Now money ain't that tough, and you out here trying to get a keytar that is $2,000.
Money is tough because remember he handed Izzy a whole $1. A whole $1 for her new tracksuit. A whole $1.
A whole $1. He said, now I hope this will help you. Now it may go towards the taxes.
Not even the taxes.
He said, girl, I'm gonna help you the best way I can. These tracksuits are expensive. Here's $1. Here's $1.
Oh my god, this is too great. I think we just made the episode way better.
Girl, I'm telling you, it was I was just, there were so many questions I had with this episode. I'm like, yo, like this episode, it is not real life. It can't be real life. It can't be.
And
like, go ahead.
The crazy thing is too, he was in front of the shops when he was playing his music.
Girl, first of all, let's talk. Hold up. God damn it. So you mean that, first of all, now I'm not even gonna hold you. Now, this is just me. Now I know the Power Rangers are supposed to be very nice people. They are supposed to be goody goods. They are nice people. If somebody gonna walk by and drop a star in my instrument case.
Yeah, you're
And you supposed to be giving me money. First of all, the way I would have threw that star out.
Me too.
Period.
Me too. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, well, you know what? In all fairness, so according to the camera angles, he didn't notice that there was a star being dropped.
Girl, once I would have seen that thing, the way I would have threw that thing out.
Me
I'm
too.
like, girl, what the fuck is this?
Me too. I mean, do they not? Okay, I'm sorry, but do they not understand what happened to 9/11? This is why you always have to check and take care of your suitcase. So if there's something randomly that shows up in there that's not money, and that's what you're pretty much asking for, why on earth are you bringing it home?
Girl.
Well, I thought just because it's Christmas time, somebody leaving something Christmas related.
No.
Like,
No, Will. No, I'm sorry. Do you walk around with a star in your pocket being like, oh, this guy's making music. Let me give him a star. Because he's a superstar. No, Will, you do not do that.
Nobody does that. Nobody does that. I'm telling you right now, if anybody would have dropped off a damn star in my suitcase and I'm supposed to be getting money, the way I would have threw that thing out and kept moving, that plan would have been thwarted right away. There would have been no episode because there would have been no way.
And not only that, but how was he able to put his instrument back in there without that bulkiness? And where was he did not put that in his pocket.
No. Okay.
I'm just saying that there's so many questions, okay?
There's so many questions.
Like the instrument case usually is made for the instrument. So it doesn't like wiggle around and do his thing, while you're carrying it. So it damages it. So like, why is there enough room for that stupid star?
Girl, and also let's be very clear. Also be very clear. In the same episode, the Rangers morphed out cold in the open. And mind you, the mall was packed with people. See, well, where the hell all them people went?
Well, obviously they turned a blind eye, or maybe Zato gave them that that Men in Black, where they do the stunt like laser thingy where people forget. Maybe it's one of those situations.
Girl, I just want to know. All I ask for Power Rangers, and they've done it a couple times in this show, but all I ask for this show is just to recognize, give us situations where literally these people will not be morphing in public. Have them run around a goddamn corner, run into a phone booth, do something. But I am so tired of y'all morphing out in the open, just all conveniently while nobody's around. At least one thing, as a matter of fact, somebody posted this a couple days ago on their page. I want to say, I can't remember what Power Rangers page it was, but somebody posted it and I swear Ninja Storm, as bad as grief people give Ninja Storm for being so silly and stuff, they did a lot of things right. They did a lot of things right. And one of the things that I've noticed that Ninja Storm always did was they always made sure you knew that these are supposed to be secret identities. Because there's a whole episode where Tori was leading the morph and she was like, "You guys ready?" And they're like, "Ready." And she's like, "Ninja." And it's like, "Oh, wait, we're in public." And like, we're like, yeah, let's go find a place. And I'm like looking for a place to go and morph. Like, yes. Like, that is like, there should be no reason as to why you're morphing in public like that. Like, I don't like, they're just conveniently nobody's around. You mean to tell me nobody's hiding behind a car trying to like hide so that they don't be noticed by the monsters or something? Like, come on. Like, stop playing in our faces like that. Like, like and I get it. I get the style. I get that they're trying to be all like, yes, look at them. They're being cool about morphing out in public. Like, I get all of that. But it's like, bring us back to the old days, because we all used to love them running around the corner and looking around like, all right, anybody coming? Like, nah, we're good. All right, it's morphing time. Like, we all love that. Because that just added excitement, because nobody's supposed to know. It's the whole secretness of it. It's like, they mad DL about their shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just said that. They are on the down low. So it's like, these mugs they all open. They all out in the open with their stuff, but yet instead you talking about we keeping it a secret. Y'all sound a lot like these dudes on Grindr. But anyway.
I'm dead.
But I'm just saying. Let's go ahead and rate this, because
okay. I'm gonna give it okay, because we talked it through and I had a much funner time talking it through. I'll give it 3 out of 5.
Oh, you nice.
Mm-hmm. Right? Because I think I like our version of it more versus the real version.
versus what we got.
Yeah. So 3 out of 5. I'll be nice. It is, after all, the jolliest season of the year, and it's the last month of the entire freaking 2021. Like, what? Guys, this is crazy. But yes, that is my rating.
Right.
I am going in between a 1 and a 2. And I'm trying to figure out which one I want to give it.
Well, I'll make it easy for you. I'm going with a 2, but you go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it too because there were a couple of things that I liked. Even though Javi is seemingly an airhead, I
Yes.
kind of want him to be more than that. But he's so endearing. So I liked him in this episode. And I love that Ion, his little story about going to the to the hardware store and getting a Fender. Yeah, that was like all I liked.
Wow.
So, and Zato's Zord password thingy. That was funny. So I'll give it a 2. I'll give it a 2 out of 5.
I'll give it a 2, but mainly I'm not even gonna hold you. The only reason why I'm actually giving it a 2 is largely, for one, because of our conversation, and two, like I just enjoy the fact that we actually got more with Javi. To be quite honest, I did actually enjoy the bit that we got with him because this was definitely a Javi episode. I mean, literally, we spent the entire episode with him, and which is something that we have not gotten since episode 7 or 8, something like that. Like
the last time he shared it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like that was every Javi episode he shared with somebody else.
Oh every my god, Javi is Dino Fury's Trini.
Yeah, yes. Or Megaforce's Gia.
But Gia didn't get anything, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. Gia didn't get anything. Yeah, you're right. He's more like Trini. Damn. But yeah. Damn. But and you notice that it's always yellow. Like, do they not like yellow? I don't know. Anyway, I guess not. Yellow's not the color to be. Ooh, child. But I don't know. Like Javi, literally every Javi episode was always an episode that he just never got. Like he was always sharing it with someone else. Like it was never his own episode, except the very first one he had, which was him getting his Zord. That was the only episode he had that was dedicated to him. Everything else was he was sharing it with everybody else. Oh God, that sounded bad. So but
at least it's not as bad as Santa Claus watching those little boys and girls all around the world.
Spying on them from the North Pole.
Oh.
Yeah, nasty. But no, like, I mean, I am actually happy that Javi actually got a solo episode, one that is dedicated to him. And, he actually gets to do something. So, and that, at the end of the day, like, it's not, he actually gets something versus just like, I wish he got more than Ollie. Like, but that's neither here or there. But, but at the end of the day, I'm glad that Javi finally got something. And, it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault. It wasn't a bad episode because there were no bad acting. Nothing was poorly done. The only thing that was poor to me was the pacing and just the fact that it was just Zord battles galore. And I'm just like, and there was that convoluted mess with trying to figure out what the hell happened to Santa's little Playboy book. Like, we don't know. Like, we don't know what's happening. So there's a lot. There's a lot that is just like, all right, y'all just threw something together and was like, Merry Christmas, which I can appreciate. It's like y'all weren't really trying to, do all the things, and that's okay. So yeah, but it's fine. So yeah, that was that episode. If you agree with it, if you agree with our thoughts, please let us know. If you don't agree, please let us know. But also keep it cute. Keep it cute. If you don't agree, keep it cute. Keep it cute. Cause I hate to want to read somebody. Because when somebody's getting read, it's me. Ooh! Don't do that.
Well, that was not
don't do that.
That was not meant to be public knowledge, okay?
Exactly. Like, don't be out here telling everybody my secrets that I actually enjoy choosing violence. Don't do that. That makes me sound like a terrible person.
I mean, sometimes people really deserve it. So
no, sometimes they really do. Because I'm just like, speaking of, so like there was a situation earlier this week. And I just want to touch on this before we conclude this episode. Y'all, be mindful. When we do birthday posts, we actually tag the people. Like, we tag them in the post. So I just want the people just to be aware that if you don't like somebody, or if you don't prefer them, or you don't like the role they did, you didn't like how they did it, or whatever happened, right? You don't have to wait until their birthday post to post your opinion of them. If that is not the most disrespectful thing you could ever do to somebody, is just literally go up on a post that they are tagged in, where someone is like, hey, happy birthday. Like, thank you for all of your accomplishments. Thank you for being you. And all of a sudden you slide up under the comment section. Yeah, I don't like you. You suck. Like, really?
Try to be mindful, please.
Please be mindful. Because listen, I view it like this, right? If a friend of yours was to post a birthday post and be like, happy birthday to you, and I slide up under that birthday post and I go, I can't stand your ass, you punk ass motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just going off. Like, you would feel some type of way. You would feel terrible. And you'd probably be ready to fight me. So don't do that to these people. Like, I just don't understand why people just feel the need to just want to voice their opinions, especially on something like that. Now I can see if it was a regular post where we just made up a post about whatever random stuff and you said your opinion on that. That's something different. But don't listen. Just if it's a birthday post, just be mindful. Just know that the person is probably going to see it. And if they're going to see it, like, think of how that would feel for them to know, like, to see something like that, to see them being disrespected that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just think of it like that. Because if you don't want someone doing it to you, don't do it to them. Okay? Okay? That's my 2 cents, right? But regardless, once again, thank you for listening. And my name is Brendan.
My name is Lena.
And I'm Will.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.